Welcome to the test on the Greenline 36. This Slovenian boat built is a little bit different from some of the others in so much as it's a hybrid boat. It's also got fossil fuel power in the form of a 220 horsepower Volvo D3, or you can have the bigger, more powerful option, which is a 370 horsepower Yanmar. But this one has got the more frugal D3 220 along with hybrid power. So let's step on board and take a look at this rather innovative boat. One of the many innovative features on this boat that I particularly like, perfect for a hot sunny day when you're at anchor somewhere, is this. All of a sudden, you can surf from the galley out into the cockpit. Well, I can't really fault the helm. It's got great all-round visibility with it sitting down like this, or when you push the bolster back, decide to stand. One way or another, all-round visibility is pretty good, apart from a blind spot there on the starboard quarter, which is unavoidable unless you want to make do without a fridge freezer. Very clinical, simple helm setup. Throttles just where you need them. Bow and stern thrusters, which of course are extras but are essential on a single engine boat like this. Large central 12-inch Garmin chart plotter. It's intuitive, it's a good helm, I like it. Yeah. Another rather trick feature is the TV. The perfect galley of course needs the perfect fridge freezer setup. It has a full berth accommodation, a master double cabin in the forepeak, heads here on the starboard side complete with a separate walk-in shower, and on the port side you have a double mid-cabin which is under the saloon floor. Very comfortable, plenty of headroom, both cabins are pretty well lit for their size. Okay, now we've had a good look around the Greenline 36. I think it's about time to actually go out and see how she drives on the water. Okay, well, now we're on board. Let's see how she drives. Unfortunately, it's a rather flat day, but we'll get an idea of performance figures and I like. One thing you notice with this 220 horsepower D3 is you really need to be spinning about 3,000 RPM with this boat before you really get anywhere. Obviously, it's not a massive amount of power for a fairly reasonable sized boat, so you need to get the motor spinning before she really starts to perform. And now we're doing about 3,500 RPM. We're knocking on the door of 12 knots. You can feel the boat is developing a bit of lift. She's a lot more stable. She's quite a quiet boat. One thing I can say for sure is she's got fantastic all-round visibility. There's a slight blind spot on the starboard quarter, but that's to be expected. Flat out now. Quickly hits 4,000 RPM, which is wide open throttle with this engine. And we're doing a genuine 17 knots. You can of course have the 370 horsepower Yanmar engine, which will push this boat up to about 25 knots. And if you're running it in hybrid mode, you've got about 5 knots on the hybrid engine. Running at 4 knots, you've got a range of about 20 miles. So generally you'll use that for slipping in and out of harbour, and once you're out to sea, like we are now, you'll run on the main fossil fuel engine. Of course, one thing I do like is this. From single crewed. Out I can go. Easy. 15-inch wide side deck, full bulwark, sensible sturdy guardrail. I move up and down, get to the cleats on the bow and the stern without any problems. Perfect if you intend to go single crew. One thing that is very evident is this boat runs very level. She only picks up about 2 degrees of altitude on the bow at maximum at full speed. And most of the time she's running at about 1.5 degrees at around 12 knots. You don't really get much of an impression of transit, of going from displacement to semi-displacement speed. The only thing that really tells you that you're actually the boat's working hard is the fact that your noise level goes up a fair bit. Otherwise, it's remarkably smooth. I will say that when you go into a turn, you need to sit down. You stand up. The roof's not quite tall enough for you to see out, but you can't have everything, can you? Down at this sort of speed, 10 knots, the motor's spinning at a leisurely 3,000 RPM. For a lot of people, this sort of speed, displacement cruising is what they're going to use this boat for. Now we're down to 9 knots, we're at about 2,100 RPM. It's very, very leisurely. You feel that the engine's not working. And of course, drop it down a bit lower, 2,500 RPM now. Yeah, we're down to about 8 knots. Things are exceedingly leisurely. Okay, let's try the hybrid. Engine off. You can't hear a thing. And that's because we're in hybrid drive. Very shortly, you'll hear something. Very slight. That's it. Speed is creeping up. We are now full hybrid drive power. 5 knots. And now we are creeping along at 3 knots in hybrid power. Imagine at this sort of speed. It will go for about 30 miles, I imagine. Okay, it's been a bit of a chilly day out tonight on the Salient in February, but the Greenline 36 is a blissfully warm boat, so it was a pretty enjoyable sea trial. She's good for about 17 knots. She cuts a pretty sure-footed, clean path through the chop with a sharp entry hull. Very quiet, especially in hybrid drive, no sound at all. Up to about 10 or 11 knots, she's blissfully quiet on the engine, and around 13, 14 knots she really starts to get going with the top speed, as I said, 17 knots. Yeah, all in, great, safe and very capable family cruiser.